What's up? You're in the kitchen with Chef ChefCarlaAndrea, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make keto Parmesan chicken strips. I'll be putting my spin on it and showing you guys how to get down in your kitchen. Alright y'all, we're back. We're going to start with our first few steps. Our first few steps is making the marinade for the chicken. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in 2 eggs. These are about medium-sized eggs that I'm going to go ahead and throw in the bowl. I'm going to whisk it up so that way I can get the yolks and the whites well incorporated with one another. Alright, that's looking about right. Then I'm going to add in a cup of heavy cream. I'm going to mix that all in together. Then I'm going to add in a few dashes of hot sauce. Now you can add as many dashes as you like. I usually do about 4 to 5. If you like it more spicier, you can add in more hot sauce. If you don't like it spicy at all, you don't have to add it, or you can just make it mild with 2 to 3 drops, just depending upon how you like it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add in my pre-mixed blend. This is a tablespoon of onion and garlic powder, a tablespoon of oregano. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, and I have a 1/4 and a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. Now I don't use the fine salt. I like to use the medium coarse one. So when you do that one, you really got to watch your your salt content, because you can't add too much and make it salty. So you just got to pay attention to that. So now the marinade is finished. And now remind you, this is all keto friendly. I know it looks good, but you are still keto at this point. You're not breaking any rules. So I'm going to add in a 1/2 pound of chicken strips into the marinade. Now I did this first because I wanted to get the chicken sitting in the marinade for a little bit while I start getting everything else together. I'm just going to massage it in. Ooh, look at all this chickenness. Now, the thing about this right here, it acts in 2 ways, because we're not using flour, which is a binder, and we are going to be using some almond flour. It's a good thing that we have the eggs and the heavy cream, so that way everything sticks together. Let me wash my hands real quick so my back isn't turned to you guys. So I'm going to set this to the side, because we're going to let this marinade chill out, get together. Then I'm going to get my almond flour. Now, a lot of people aren't really familiar with almond flour. All almond flour is ground up almonds. That's all it is. And this is what you use when you're on a keto diet. You can use almond flour, coconut flour. You can use chicharrones, pork skins, for breadcrumbs. I want to make this recipe tonight with almond flour. This texture really resembles like a panko breadcrumb, which is a Japanese style breadcrumb. So just remember though, when you are working with almond flour or any type of nut or anything like that, you're gonna have a little moisture. So just kind of take that into account when you're making it, that it's not gonna be like flour. So just remember that and you'll be fine, and it won't be a big deal for you. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add in, I have a 1/2 pound of Parmesan cheese that I'm going to add in here and make a mess. At the same time while doing it, I'm going to massage and mix everything together so it's nicely incorporated. If you're not making a mess, you're not cooking, I suppose. Then I'm going to add in the same exact measurements of seasoning into here. Easy as pie. This recipe should only take you about 40 minutes start to finish. Even if you're a beginner at keto, a beginner cook, you don't know what you're doing, it's not a very hard recipe. It's not a long recipe. It's just very short, very simple. I'm going to let the chicken marinate for a few more minutes. I'm going to clean up my mess, and then I'm going to get set up so we can get to frying chicken. See you guys in a few. Alright, we're back. Now it's time for my favorite part, the messy part, when we get to dig in and dredge and get all our breading on our chicken so we can get to frying. So after this has been marinating for a few minutes, you're just simply going to do it like you would do any other piece of chicken or regular breading that you do. I like to always keep one hand dry in case of emergencies. And I like to get in there and squeeze the breading onto the chicken. Now remember, you want to treat it gently because it's not flour. It is almonds, so it will fall off if you don't treat it gently and with respect, love, and kindness. So I'm just patting it on there, squeezing it on there, making sure it's there. I'm picking it up, letting it naturally fall off, and I'm just setting it there. So I'm gonna finish up my 1.5 pounds of chicken strips, and I'll get back to you guys when we're ready to fry. All right, we're back. Chicken strips are breaded with this wonderful Parmesan almond flour breading. Oh man, this breading smells so good. I was like, I don't know if it's the cheese. I don't know if it's the oregano. Shit, I don't know if it's the almonds. All I know is it smells really, really good. So I'm gonna get these going. I did a little pan fry on them. Got my oil temperature up to 350. I didn't want to make my oil temperature too high because it is almonds. It does have a high moisture content, so you want to be mindful of that. So I want to make sure that my oil is high enough to get my breading crispy, but not to burn my inside. So I'm going to let it go for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side. And then after that, I'm going to put them on a paper towel, or you can put them on a rack if you have one, so that way they don't get all mushy and soggy after all your hard work. So I'm going to go ahead and let these finish cooking on one side, flip them over, and I'll see you guys when we're finished. What's up? We're back. We're cooking. I have my chicken strips. They're golden. They're beautiful. I can't wait to dive in and eat them with some buttermilk ranch. But I want to give you guys a little bit of a little tidbit. I use grapeseed oil. You can use whatever brand you like, but just make sure that you're using a high heat cooking oil when you're cooking with something like this, because like I said, it's not your typical breading that you would normally use or that you're used to using. So you're going to need to kind of compensate for that, and you want to make sure that you're using oil with a high smoke point, because if you don't, your food might burn, might get black, etc., etc. You know how it is. So I wanted to show you guys what it looked like when it cooked on one side. I'm going to finish cooking these up, and I'll show you guys the finished product in a sec. See you guys shortly. What's up? We're back. The chicken strips are finished. Our keto Parmesan chicken strips. We have now completed our mission. I'm ready to dive in and take a bite. I can't contain myself. I can't take it anymore. I just want to eat it. So good but hot. Oh my god. Cheesy. Well seasoned. Juicy. Doesn't even taste like almonds. Keto recipe approved. I loved it. I liked it. Just be careful when you make them. The crust is very delicate. It's very fragile. Take your time and you will enjoy this recipe. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and enjoy.